Hi, Cancer. It's Angela. We're doing your July 2022 soul guidance reading. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and then anyone else who really is drawn to this channel. The reading is done with Cancer in mind. I draw in the energy of your sign before I turn the camera on. Really, I get you in my spirits, and then I pull your oracle card. And now, right now, I'm pulling your Zen spread, and we're going to clarify some of this guidance that is before us. These readings are intuitively drawn, intuitively driven, I guess is the word. And your inner being and your guides are what you can tap into, and these different aspects of yourself to grow and heal and continue to evolve. So that's what we're doing here. The oracle deck that I'm using is from this Goddess Love deck. And the card I got for you, Cancer, is Care. Be gentle with yourself. I love this so much. Look at that beautiful illustration and the animals and it's just lovely. I love this deck. Your self-care is on deck right now. This is a good reading. You know, this is going to be good for many of us, but it came up for you. And let's see why. Let's see why the care is so important now, or how we're going to go about doing that. Okay, so we have your starting point here, and this center card is your starting point, and it's exhaustion. Wow. So for some of you, I just felt, I had to take a deep breath just now. For some of you, you've been depleting a certain aspect of yourself, whether that is, body, mind, spirit, your connection with others, your, the rest that you get. Something is depleted. Something is not being tended to. And that's why the care card came up, but it's something is very much depleted within you, or in your life. It could be, your schedule's too busy and it's just too much to handle. Then it's time to back off and take care of yourself by not booking yourself so fully. Maybe you're feeling sluggish and you're realizing that you're not getting enough water in your system. So something is depleted. And that's okay. I love that this is the starting point and not the ending point, right? We know that when we get exhausted, we need self-care, right? When we push ourselves too far, we need to back off and tend to ourselves. And it seems like that's, kind of the guidance here for you now, okay? Internally, that supports this exhaustion energy is the burden. Okay, so for some of you, that exhaustion is mental. It's mental, because this card here, this is a physical kind of, action card. It's the fire, or the wands, I think, in traditional tarot. And this is the cloud. This is the sword. This is the mental capacity. So some of you are burned out in your, mentally. Maybe it's old patterns that you keep bringing up in your mind, old self-talk that's destructive, that's still there, and it's just wiping you out, right? Maybe the mental burdens are guilt or worry for another, or some shame that you feel. This is all happen. This is an internal position in this reading. So this is just something that you know about, that you can call awareness to, and you can heal it and resolve it. But it is happening within you, whatever that is. So it's okay. It'll get better. I promise. So the point here is, because we're talking about self-care, call attention to those places within you that are wiped out. And call attention to those mental maybe you have an over judgmental mind or self-judgmental. Maybe you're just beating yourself up all the time. Call attention to it. And then it manifests. Oh, so I love this. So this is your starting point and internal awareness of the issue, right? Which is that something is depleted, something is exhausting you. What's the answer to that? Moment to moment, being more present in this moment. Because let's face it, when we have an overabundance of mental activity, we're not in this present moment, because we're either ruminating over something we did in the past, feeling guilty, feeling regret. Oh my gosh, why did I do that? How can I make it better next time? What the heck did I do? Or you're worrying into the future about something that hasn't happened yet. Anxiety, worry, what can I do? How can this turn out? How's it going to be? All those thoughts and mental exercises takes you right out of the moment. You're not in moment to moment awareness when your thoughts are churning like that. So I love that, because at some point you're going to be like, I am too freaking wiped out for this, right? I can't go on like this. And so it's time to lay the burden down. It's time to stop the patterns and stop that weightedness and the chatter that goes on, and be present and open up into what is present now, here and now. This guy has gotten so good at his moment to moment awareness that he can walk down this river with his eyes closed and never fall in, because he's taking his time. He's feeling under his feet that boulder that's supporting him. And then he's feeling the flow of the waves, and he can sense where the next boulder is, and he will step on it when he's ready. And his eyes are closed, right? He's right in this very moment. And that's really tuned in. And so for you, I would say, a few things that you can do to drop the mental burden and open up to the present moment. Being in nature is one of the quickest ways to being in present moment, without your cell phone, without any devices. Maybe bring a sketch pad or a journal and get yourself out into nature. If you live in an urban area, where there is not an open expanse of nature around you, go to a park, even just lie on the ground and look at the clouds, right? But nature is around us. If we stay attuned to it, we're mostly in the present moment that way, right? Being with animals, if you have a pet, being right with it, like in the moment, petting your animal, your dog or your cat or your hamster only, and just being in the energy of that animal. That's moment to moment vibration. Children, as much as, sometimes when we are most annoyed by children, if you have small children and you're trying to get a task done and they're over there playing and whooping it up, that's like the quickest way to frustration is to, have a kid disrupt your progress in a task that you're trying to finish. But there's also a message there. It's like, lighten up for a minute. Come and laugh with me. Come and laugh with me. It's a fun moment right now. Be in it, right? So those are some ways. I love to fall into nature because that's just one of the easiest, quickest ways to capture this present moment. And so that's the guidance for you. That's your first step to get to that self-care, is to be present in this moment. Okay. And now we move to this card here, which is going to be our pivot. It's our, we want to reach another level of understanding. And this card is the key to getting there. And it's your maturity. It's your sense of wisdom. It's your ability to have trust in the way that your life flows, just by the nature of the experiences you've had thus far, right? Your wisdom comes from your experience. And you're getting more and more that you can just sort of, there's more restful times, the more maturity and wisdom you carry, it's easier to rest in the flow. It's easier to be moment to moment because you've built that trust out of, you've proven it to yourself over and over that, my life experience and the knowledge I've gained to this point are kind of, my ticket forward, right? And when we're caught in this spin right here of the mental chatter and the exhaustion and needing that time out sort of for ourselves, our wisdom can come on board and go, yeah, you know what, cut this. We're done with this right now. Let's just calm down. Let's just open up to what is present here and let's take care of ourselves. I mean, look how present this woman is, because she's with her animal, she's with her fox, she's in nature, she's at peace. Her heart and mind and body are all cared for in this moment. This is where you're coming. This is what you're coming to. Okay, your next level of cards here now that you've gotten this exhaustive energy out of the way and learned to be open to what's present in this moment, you get to move to this space of transformation. This is beyond illusion. This card is, first of all, it's intuition, and it's actually kind of acknowledging that everything that we see and encounter and decide, or we believe life is this way. I'm going to go down this path. I'm going to take these 4 steps, and I'm going to end up there, right? All of that's an illusion, because it's really, I think, the sense of that we have any control over any of it. That's the illusion. But in the meantime, with your present moment awareness and your attention to yourself, body, mind, and soul, you get the transformation. You get to see that, oh, wow, here I was thinking I was going to take those 4 steps. Here I was, this chrysalis, believing I was just going to stay this way forever if I just wrap myself in my cocoon. But guess what I became? Like, I had no idea that transformation was waiting for me. But this is what's coming for you when you take that time for that self-care. It's pure transformation. It could be in increments. It could be, you're transforming maybe the way you approach your days. I'm going to care for myself first in the morning. I'm going to take time out to meditate. I'm going to, step out into the pool or whatever, wherever you live, whatever your situation is. I'm going to go, out for a coffee and engage with, that's my self-care, right? That's how I care for myself, by doing whatever these things are. And little by little, if I put that into practice, it transforms the whole of my life, because then you have this base, right? You come first. Whatever those practices are that you need to do to remind yourself that you come first are put into place. And then soon from that flows everything else. Now it's like, here I am, this satisfied being, this person who's very attuned to this moment. And there's really no time for mental chatter or exhaustion anymore, because now I'm in the flow of it. Now I'm in the natural rhythm of my life, because I took the time to focus on me and what my needs are, right? That's what generates your flow. Okay, so I love that. You're getting into this new level of, oh, things are transforming, and I never really saw it before. I never saw that this could be this way. Within you and internally supporting this vibe of transformation is the Fool card. So you get it. You're noticing inside that these little changes you're making to your practices, to your self-care, they're putting you on a new path. And you know it. It's a new spiritual path. It may not be a new physical path or a new whatever in your waking world, but you sense it. You know you're changing direction and you're starting fresh, and it feels good because it's fully aligned. It's all of your needs being fulfilled, even just from the one, or 2 moments that you created for yourself of self-care. Now you're in this flow. And then the outcome, or the final card, and sort of the overview into this whole spread, is the completion card. And this is the reminder that always, your intuition is, it's really the defining piece of the puzzle. It's the one that your intuition is guiding you through. Your intuition brought you here to this reading right here to say hi to me. Your intuition, nudged you in that direction. We like to say it's our process, it's our mental, it's a decision I made, but the nudge within came before the decision. And once we can start raising the vibration of this and lowering the noise of this, of our mental chatter, they both work hand in hand. They're both resting in our minds, right? But this needs to have more weight. The intuition, that nudge, that little spark inside of you that says, oh, go that direction. And then our mind takes over and says, oh, you can't go that direction. There's 47 different reasons why. And here's the proof. And here's the facts. And that gets in your way. Take the nudge, let it be louder than the other, and you will be in the flow. And then that self-care routine will be a priority. Then you won't have to get to the point of exhaustion before you say, oh, I got to take care of myself, right? It's part of your routine already. Even if it's just, like I said, even if it's only 10 minutes in the morning where you take that time to meditate, or, half an hour where you go step out and grab your coffee down the street or whatever, that's your time. And that's what's setting the table for the rest of your day and the rest of your life, really. So listen to your inner being. It knows. All right, Cancer. It was great to sit with you, and I hope you're all doing well, and have a happy start to your summer. And I'll see you again really soon.